I didn't really know whether or not I'd be back to running or not. I just kind of crossed my fingers and hoped for the best.
I felt numb. I just didn't know what to do. I remember calling his dad and just saying, I wish I could do something.
He's been a healthy kid his whole life, has never had any serious illness.
Just going home from church, I was driving, had my white slip. We had stopped at the mailbox in town at Save-A-Lot, and I went to grab the letters from my dad, and my eyes just rolled back in my head, and my dad was able to throw it in the park.
May 11, 2019, James Robb, at the age of 15, went into cardiac arrest. He spent 3 days intubated, 11 total at Cardinal Glennon in St. Louis. James then learned he had a heart condition that causes abnormal heartbeats.
I just had that thought go through my head of, well, that sucks. There was really no other way to think about it other than just you got to go on with life.
He's always been a very determined person, even as a little kid growing up. And honestly, if I were in his shoes whenever I was his age, I can almost guarantee I don't think I would react the same way that he has. He's continued to strive for all of the goals that he hasn't let himself, cut back on those goals.
James has a strong support system rallying around him. As soon as he got the green light from his doctors to do physical activity, he was right back with his team, even if it meant just riding a bike alongside them.
I mean, you do whatever you can, ride the bike or walk or whatever. I mean, we are a family, and it happens every year. We get pretty close to each other, and especially when somebody goes through the situation that James did, you do try to be as accommodating as you can.
They wouldn't let us see him for the first couple of days, but as soon as they opened up the hospital, I was the first person in the door waiting to see him, and I just prayed, and I'm glad he was able to push through it.
Since freshman year, this has been like my family, my second family. So, and since then, I've always loved running. It meant a lot to me just to be able to be at practice with them.
James lives with an ICD that monitors his heartbeats and shocks him if necessary. Despite the physical barriers, James returned to running full strength, competing for varsity spots.
I mean, one of the indelible moments that I remember last year is at the conference meet. He's fighting to get a varsity spot, and I don't think he had practiced for a month at that point until he got released. And coming down the stretch at Harrisburg, him and another teammate were just battling neck and neck, and we've got some really cool pictures of the very finish of those guys. And I mean, it just, things that you don't forget like that. I mean, he just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, wanting to be a part.
With James's attitude and perseverance, he was able to finish his senior season alongside his brothers.
If something bad happens, it happens. I'll get through it. I've already been through a lot. So at this point, I feel like there's nothing really I can't get through.
It's all you can ever dream of is finishing your senior year race with your best friend. I'm just blessed and happy that he was able to be here with me and to run with him one last time.
It's just a good story for all the kids that are, they have a setback, to not give up. Keep pushing.
Reporting in Pinckneyville, Kendra Sheehan, News 3 Sports.